Oh, the feeling of moving into a new apartment with the person you love. There's no feeling better in this entire world. After about 5 or 6 months of dating, me and John, the love of my life, decided to move in together. We were more than ready and above all else, more than excited. Since the moment we talked about it, we've been hunting for apartments left and right. It didn't take long and we finally found what we were looking for. It was a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment in a good part of town, and above all else, it had 2 parking spots, one for me and one for John. This was a rare commodity in our city since there were so many cars and virtually half of that number were parking spaces. Anyway, we talked to the landlord, and before we knew it, there we were. We were standing right in the middle of our new apartment. We couldn't believe it. "This is a special occasion. I think we should celebrate," John said. And I agreed with him before I kissed him. "Wait here, I'm gonna go get something," he told me before going into one of the bedrooms, looking for God knows what in our luggage. "Hold this glass, baby," he told me. John came back with 2 glasses and a bottle of expensive champagne. "For us and our future together," I toasted before sipping on the champagne. Everything was perfect. We were both doing really well. He had an office job working for a big firm as an attorney. This meant that he had a pretty big salary, but the downside was that he was most of the time at work. I missed him so much each time, but I knew it meant a lot to him, so I couldn't say anything. My job was a little bit different than his. First of all, I was working from home. Actually, I could work from anywhere in the world. I was a freelancer, designing logos and websites. I used to have a corporate job, but then I got into design and I quit. I never looked back, and I've never been happier. I actually made more than I used to. Anyway, we drank the champagne, unpacked, and went into the bedroom. To be honest, we were making quite a lot of noise, but it wasn't late. It was about 9 p.m. or something. While we were, doing our thing, we could hear something. It was like something in the wall, like a scratching or something. First we thought it may be some sort of animal blocked in there, but the wall was solid. How could the animal even go into the wall? While we were talking about the noise, the weird sound stopped. "What's up there?" I asked John. "It's a vent. This is weird. Why would a vent be in the bedroom? Maybe it's for the air conditioning," he told me. It was really high up, and we couldn't reach to see what's up with it. John needed a ladder, but unfortunately, we didn't have one that night, so he decided to check it out in the next couple of days when he would buy one. Anyway, the night went amazing, and before we knew it, we had to wake up and go to work. John woke up earlier than me, but I could hear him, so I opened my eyes just as he was dressing in his suit. I told him he looked good, and then he leaned over and kissed me. It was so romantic. Our lives finally began to take shape, and from the looks of it, it was going to be amazing. Before he left for work, he told me that he made coffee and it's in the kitchen, and also, he told me another thing. He was going to be late tonight. He had a difficult case he needed to take care of, and he would be home only after 11 p.m. "Don't wait up for me. You go to sleep. Oh, and make sure you eat," he caringly told me. "Of course I'm going to wait up for you. You're not going to sleep without a goodnight kiss," I replied. Then he was out the door. I slowly got out of bed and drank my coffee. The day went on as usual. I talked with some of my clients, created some drafts, cleaned the house a little. It was pretty normal. As I was working on a project at around 8 p.m., knowing that John was going to be late, I heard the front door. I jumped out of my chair thinking it's John. With a big smile on my face, I went into the living room and I watched how the doorknob started turning. But something was odd. The doorknob was turning, but he wasn't coming in, the door being locked. "John?" I asked from the other side of the door. No answer, so I asked again. "Did you forget your key?" After I did that, the doorknob stopped turning. Instead, loud banging on the door scared me so bad that I took a few steps back. "John!" I screamed, but the banging became louder and louder. It was like the door was coming off its hinges. Realizing that he told me he'll come home after 11 p.m. and it was only 8, I knew it wasn't him. It was an intruder. Someone was trying to break into my home. The next thing I did was to grab my phone and dial 911. "Hello? Someone is trying to break into my home. I'm alone. Help me!" I told the officer on the phone. He said that someone will be there shortly and I should stay on the phone. Shortly after, the banging stopped, but I remained on the phone. After that, someone knocked at my door. I freaked out again, but the operator said it was a police officer. So I slowly opened my door, and he was right. I told him everything that happened. He checked around the building and couldn't find anyone. He advised me to stay inside with my door locked until my husband comes back. John finally came home, and he was surprised to see me up at that late hour. "What happened? Why are you shaking?" he asked while grabbing my hand. "Someone tried to break in. I was so scared, and I called the police," I said to him. Fortunately, nothing else happened that night. The next evening, he came back early at around 6 p.m., which was something rare for him. We had dinner, and it was a quiet night. The next day, he was supposed to work late again. It was 10:30 p.m., and I heard the doorknob turn. I called the police immediately, and as soon as I started talking with them on the phone, the banging on the door stopped. They came, as they did on the first night, and couldn't find anything. The same thing happened the next night as well. I felt like I was going insane. "Ma'am, are you sure someone was banging on your door?" the policeman asked me. He started to think that I was imagining things. "Yes, I'm not crazy. Someone tried to break into my home 3 times, I yelled at him. But then I apologized for getting so angry. The weekend came, and finally, John wasn't going to the office. He was home with me all day. At around 8 p.m. on a Saturday, he saw that we were out of pasta. "I'm going to the store down the street to get some pasta. I feel like eating some delicious carbs this evening," he told me. I also had a craving for pasta, so off he went. After about 15 minutes, my doorknob started turning again. Then, as usual, the banging started. I freaked out and called John. He came back running from the store, and what he saw on our main door made his blood run cold. It was a photo of me pinned to the door. The photo had a big X marked on my face. More shockingly, we saw that the door of our next-door neighbor was half open. None of us had the courage to go in there and investigate. Shocked and frightened, we called the cops. The police, on investigation, found several photos of me in my neighbor's drawer. Each photo had blade and knife marks on it. However, there was no sign of him and his belongings. Apparently, this man was living alone since many, many years. Nobody in the building knew what he did or where did he go. The police promised me that they would give us a call if they find any leads. We haven't heard from them yet, but John and I have been very cautious since then.